All right, y'all. This is a very important video because I used to think that I was eating healthy, and I really believed it because I would eat salads, I would eat, avocados, fruits, vegetables, all that good stuff. And I really felt like all my life I was eating healthy, and for some reason I was the only one getting fat. I felt like I ate the same as my brothers, and I never understood why I was the one who kept putting on weight, was always in a perpetual diet, and never lost weight. And what I realized is that I actually didn't know how much I was eating. I thought I did, and I wasn't lying to myself, but I just didn't know. I wasn't aware of it. And it's crazy to say that because the one day I actually tracked what I was eating, it completely changed the way I looked at my diet. My whole worldview on food changed. It's pretty insane because really, if you think about it, when we eat, we don't think about how much we're drinking after you eat. So if you have like a soda, or you got some orange juice, you have a nice big breakfast, maybe you have like a healthy omelet, or you have some, I don't know what y'all eat, oatmeal, whatever, you feel like it was good, nice and healthy, and you drink a tall glass of orange juice. You're not thinking about that orange juice in calories. And our bodies don't think about it as calories. We think about just a sweet juice. And so it doesn't fill you up more, but you're eating a lot more when you have that orange juice. And another thing is, we think that healthy food, we think healthy meals and unhealthy snacks, we separate them. But at the end of the day, an unhealthy snack could have more calories than your healthy meal. So I feel like if I had a really good salad and I really ate good today, I could have that donut and I could have that cookie. At the end of the day, it balances out to just being more calories because the healthy snack doesn't out health the unhealthy meal. Or the healthy meal doesn't out health the healthy snack. At the end of the day, the calories add up at the end of the day, and you end up eating a lot more. And so I didn't quite realize that because psychologically it feels like, oh, like most of my diet's healthy, I can have a brownie here, but that brownie puts me over my maintenance. It's pretty insane. So like, on top of that, when I used to eat out a lot more, eating out, you feel like it's not that unhealthy. And your brain kind of doesn't categorize it. We eat out and then we eat at home. So I feel like I eat mostly healthy, but if I eat out 4 times a week, I'm not eating healthy at the end of the day because I'm not tracking those calories in my head. Or when you're cooking and you have a few handfuls of the meal or a few handfuls of that food, you're tasting it, maybe you have a little more than you thought, we're not tracking those calories in our head. So at the end of the day, if we're not tracking, we're not actually understanding how much we're eating because our body doesn't remember all those small little snacks. Our body remembers the big meals, right? Your brain is not going to remember all those little times you had an extra, a few cashews, or you tasted a little bit of that lasagna that you made. We're not going to remember all that. But we remember the meals, and then what happens is we overeat a lot of the calories. And I did that for a really, really long time, like an insanely long amount of time. Watch a movie, grab some Doritos or some popcorn, just eat away. At the end of the movie, I finished the whole bag of popcorn. I didn't even realize. And then I'm hungry after. That's what kept me fat. I didn't realize it. And so at the end of the day, for me personally, going through life, I used to eat salads. I thought salads were great. For example, high school, right? They always had the salad line. Everyone will go get the pizza. Everyone will go get they had pizza every day, which is insane. And then I would always go into the salad line. So me thinking, all right, I'm trying to lose weight, let me get healthy. I would have the biggest salad. And guess what the salad had in there? Fried chicken tenders. And guess what they gave you on top of that? 2 big old packets of ranch to dump all over the salad. So here I am eating salad, think, dang, this salad tastes good. This is a nice little salad, and I'm healthy. I'm gonna lose weight eating this. Me not realizing that salad had about 1,000 calories because of the amount of ranch I put in there, and it was like 5 chicken tenders on top of that, maybe like 800 calories, but still. And on top of that, the croutons and all the other stuff. Thinking that I'm eating a salad, but I might as well just have the pizza because the pizza was actually less calories. That's how crazy it was, y'all. And so me going through that, not realizing that, and then actually looking at my calories, it made an entire difference. So the things that surprised me the most with this, when you really think about it, one, eating things like bananas. Bananas are cool, man. I thought, oh, it's a fruit, it's good. One banana is like 100 calories. Now, don't get me wrong, you could eat a banana and be fine, but if I'm having like a shake and I'm adding a whole banana to it, and then I'm putting peanut butter in it as well, that shake, I'm doubling the calories by adding the fat from the banana and the fat from that, or the carbs from the banana and the fat from that peanut butter, and it makes it a high calorie shake when it's supposed to be a healthy protein shake. And so bananas were a huge shock to me. Avocado, guacamole, avocado, it was a huge shock, because I'm thinking, oh, it's healthy, it's a fruit. Technically it's a fruit, some people think it's a vegetable, whatever, but I'm thinking it's healthy. Straight fat. Avocado is straight fat, and so when you eat it, it's healthy, but it's high calories. So guess what? I'm gonna overeat my calories when I'm eating avocado. Another thing, I thought that, when we used to eat just anything that it feels like it's good, like we would have avocados, bananas, what's that other one? I'm blanking on it. But either way, you get the point, right? There's a lot of foods out there, like grapes. I thought grapes were nice and healthy. Grapes are actually a high calorie fruit in comparison to something like blueberries. So little things like that, I thought that I was eating so healthy. And then of course, the biggest thing shocked me was the salads. So you can order a salad from anywhere, right? You can go to Chick-fil-A, order their Cobb salad. You can get a salad, pick it up from Publix, whatever. You're not finding a salad for less than like 700-800 calories, because they put cheese in there, croutons. They normally got fried chicken, some type of chicken tenders or nuggets in there. And then they got like 3 sauces. They got the vinaigrette, they got the ranch sauce, all the sauces. You mix it all up, that salad is a big pile of calories with some lettuce on it. It's insane, but that's the reality of the foods we eat. And so that was a huge change for me. Now, really looking at this, most people at the end of the day, they do fail when it comes to dieting, because when you really look at it, right, we're not making decisions based off willpower at this point. We're really making the decision, and it's mostly based on bad information. Because if you feel like you're eating healthy, like I did, and I feel like I'm doing everything right, and I feel like I'm not eating as much as my brothers, then I just get frustrated with myself, because no matter what I try, nothing is working. And that one change that just made everything make sense was actually just tracking my calories. Because tracking it made me aware of what I was eating. It made me aware that extra handful of cashews was putting me over, or that extra glass of juice. Couldn't just drink 1 glass of juice. Every time I had juice, I had to drink at least 2. It made me aware of all that. And so now that I'm aware, I can make the changes to put me in a deficit. And so at the end of the day, think about it like this. This is a good way I like to think about it. If you're trying to lose weight without tracking your calories, it's almost like you're trying to budget without ever looking at your bank account. I mean, how stupid would that be? You're trying to budget your money. You make $4,000 a month, and every day you just spend money without even looking at your bank account. You wouldn't even know when you run out of money. So how would you possibly know how to save if you're not budgeting? It's the same thing with calories. How do you know how to lower your weight or lower your body fat without budgeting your calories? You can't just guess anymore. That would be as crazy as me saying, hey, just guess on saving how much, and hopefully you save money this month. It sounds crazy. And that's really the reality of it, y'all. And so another thing that helped me start tracking was realizing that tracking my calories doesn't mean I'm gonna be tracking forever. All it does is it gives me a baseline of understanding how much I'm actually eating. And so you're not basically like sentencing yourself to tracking for the rest of your life and your whole life revolves around calories. That's not the idea here, y'all. Because once you start tracking, once I started tracking, I realized that a lot of the foods I was eating, you can kind of start to eyeball it. You really understand, okay, so this much rice probably has this much calories. Or when I was eating out, I would realize that, okay, I'm definitely not gonna order this because they cook that with a lot of oil. and that's a lot of calories on that. Or if I eat that, I need to make sure that throughout the rest of the day, I'm lowering the amount I'm eating. So realizing that once you start tracking, you become aware of calories more. And so you're not gonna need to walk around with a food scale, weighing everything out and tracking every single item that you put in your mouth for the rest of your life. You just gotta start. Just gotta start and get that knowledge, that general knowledge of how much calories is in certain items, and then you can make decisions from there. And so it's just a way better reality versus just guessing how much you're eating, which really is not sustainable at the end of the day. So for me, once I started tracking, first of all, I just became more aware. What that means is I'm more conscious. So instead of just randomly snacking on stuff without even being hungry just because I'm bored, now I make the decision that, okay, am I eating this or not? All right, is this part of my meal? Am I having lunch now or not? I need to have 3 meals a day. Okay, I'm gonna have 3 meals a day. I need a snack in between. When am I gonna snack? Is it gonna be between lunch and dinner? Okay, that makes more sense. I'm not just gonna randomly eat some Doritos just because I feel for some Doritos in that moment. I'm not making decisions on the spot. I already know what I'm gonna eat throughout the day, and I leave a little extra room for some more calories if I feel a little extra hungry. And then another thing is, I was stopped with, I understood why my weight wasn't changing as well. So I stopped blaming myself on why I wasn't losing weight, because I would feel like I'm doing everything perfect for a month, 2 months, 3 months, and my weight wasn't changing. And then when I tracked and I realized, hey, I was actually doing really good, but then this one bad meal brought me back to my maintenance. So at the end of the day, I was eating like 2,300 calories. My maintenance is like 24, 25. There's always gonna be a little bit of error. So I was basically eating that maintenance. So I would eat 2,000, 19, then 35. And it ruins everything. It cancels everything out. And when I looked at the numbers on MyFitnessPal, you can actually look at the chart for the weekly chart and see what was my average calories for the week. I was scrolling back and I'm like, wow, 2,200 average, 2,300 average, 2,400 average, 2,300 average, 2,500 average. Okay, no wonder I'm not losing weight. The numbers are right here. It all makes sense now. And so now I can look back and every week I'm at 18, 17, 19, 18, 17, 18, 17. It's between 18 and 17 every single week. And so I know I'm gonna lose weight. That's why I could be so confident in hitting my goals in the future. It's just a matter of time. Just a matter of time, y'all. And so it allowed me to stop being frustrated with myself. It allowed me to predict my actual results. And so far, so good. I mapped out on my calendar what weight I'm going to be on each day, and it's worked so far. Every time I hit that date, I'm that weight, and it's been pretty insane to be that accurate on it. I might be a little anal on it because I track everything and weigh everything to the gram just because I'm a numbers guy, so I want everything to be exact. But it works, y'all. It works. And so being more self-aware, understanding what you're putting in your body is going to make the hugest difference when losing this weight, because losing body fat, it's really just a math equation. Take all the other stuff out of it. There's hormones, there's all this other stuff. It's a math equation, y'all. And so if you could keep yourself full while staying in that deficit, you will get results. It's guaranteed. As long as you're tracking properly. You gotta track the oil, gotta track the nuts, and being aware of what you're eating made the hugest difference for me on every end. So that's about all I got for y'all. This is what I want y'all to do today. All right, wake up tomorrow, don't change anything. Eat exactly how you would normally eat and just track it. Track every single item that you're eating and put it in MyFitnessPal. Once you do that, don't judge yourself either, but once you do that, come back here and tell me exactly how much calories you ate the previous day. I want to know, I'm kind of curious how close y'all would be to guessing versus how much you actually ate. So give me how much you think you eat, and then give me how much you actually ate, and that gives you data to actually make progress from there. All right, lock in, y'all.